Hi and welcome back to Sweets and Beyond. Today is a treat. We're gonna make a dessert. It's going to be Mantecaditos. Mantecaditos is a Puerto Rican shortbread and it's very simple to make. Here are the ingredients. We're going to start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to use vanilla. It looks weird because I make my own vanilla. So if you're interested, just let me know. I'll make a video out of it, how to make your own vanilla. You're going to need half a cup of unsalted butter, and it has to be cool to the touch. Half a cup of shortening, is vegetable shortening. You're going to use 1 teaspoon of almond. This is a Loran oil almond emulsion, which I prefer because it has no alcohol, it doesn't bake out, and it has a very rich flavor. So if you can't find this, you can use, of course you can use almond extract, 1 teaspoon. Going to use a pinch of salt, half a cup of sugar. These are little chunks of guava jelly. I'm gonna pick one up. It's a little chunk of guava jelly. And for my husband that he doesn't like guava, we're gonna use little, what are these called?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles. There you go. Okay, so now we're gonna start. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the half a cup of shortening, the half a cup of butter that I remember I told you it has to be cool. It's not room temperature, but it's soft enough that you can move, but I can still feel it and it's cool. So we're gonna put this in, and we're going to cream the butter and the shortening. Manteca in Spanish is called shortening, so that's why they're shortening cookies. So now we're going to start, and we're going to cream this, and we'll be back. Okay, so I already creamed the butter and the shortening. Let me stop it so you can see how it looks. See, it's all melded together. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to incorporate the sugar to this. I hope you can hear me. So slowly we're going to be adding the sugar. We're going to up the, and we're going to be adding the sugar. Remember, half a cup of sugar to this mix. So now we're going to cream the butter, shortening, and sugar together. So now the butter, the shortening, and the sugar. See how pretty white and fluffy it is? That's the consistency you want. So now we are going to add a pinch of salt, a little pinch of salt, and here I have half a teaspoon of my own vanilla extract and the teaspoon of the almond emulsion. Okay, like I said, if you cannot find the almond emulsion, of course, 1 teaspoon of almond extract. So now we're gonna move these together. So my husband just told me that he's my cameraman. He just told me that the mixture looks yellow, but if you can see, it's really white and fluffy. So now everything is incorporated. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're going to add the flour. So I usually have the mixer on, but I'm gonna do it in little bursts so you guys can see it. And turn on your mixer slowly, please. Or if not, you're gonna have a puff of flour. So right now my mixer it goes from 0 to 10, and right now it's at a 2. So you slowly go incorporating the flour. And this is basically it. Now the mixture is going to look funny because it's gonna look really coarse. So now we stop it a second. I'm gonna scrape down the sides. And it's gonna look really coarse, but that's what we need. This is what we need. So I just finished mixing it, and it looks like sand, like coarse sand. But let me take my rings off. I don't want my rings full of mantecadito. But once you grab it, you can form it into a ball. So now you can make them any size you want. But remember, oh, I forgot to mention, preheat your oven to 350. Very important to do. So this is the little ball. And here I have a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. This doesn't need grease to be greased because it already has. But I just placed the parchment paper because I don't want to ruin my baking sheet. So just place a little ball. Let me do one more so you guys can see. Do a little ball. That's too big. So now here you have. Let me make one more. Here you go. So you can make them any size you want. So now is the cool part. You take your thumb. And it's okay that they break up. That's the cuteness of the cookie. Okay? So you take your thumb and you press on it. So now that you have that indentation, you can put a little piece of guava, which my husband really, really loves.
Not.
Or you can take the sprinkles and put some sprinkles in it. So now after you make them all, you're going to place them in the oven, preheated at 350 degrees, 350, 10 to 12 minutes. But after 10 minutes, please check them because the tops do not get browned. What you will see is here on the bottom, they will start getting brown. So you have to watch because the cookie will stay the same color on top, but on the bottom is when they're going to turn brown. Okay, so this recipe gave me 24 little mantecaditos or Puerto Rican shortbread. So most of them have the sprinkles, but I did a few of the guava so you guys could see it. So remember, at a 350 degree preheated oven, you're going to leave them 10 to 12 minutes, making sure that the bottom doesn't burn. Okay, we'll see you back. So they actually took 12 minutes to bake. Remember that I told you that it would stay white on top, but once you flip them, you will see that they're brown. But I told you that the edges would turn brown and a lightly golden brown. So here you have it, mantecaditos or Puerto Rican shortbread. The best way to eat these is with a cup of coffee. So here you have it. I'm going to take my favorite, this one. So please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Buen provecho. Very yummy.